And now, here is Paw Inc's little scoop of a remake of 2016's Google Halloween Doodle. It was a couple of days. Pete took his class in the Haunted Mansion for a wizard or something, or wait, what do these call them? I'm gonna guess might be a witch. Is it that, Pete? Yes, I'm gonna be a witch. But not a mean witch, a hero witch. That's great, Pete. Well, anyway, Pete didn't take his class all alone. He also had some help, too. This is Mr. Frog. Hi, I came here to help Pete be a wizard and other stuff. I'm one of his classmates. Another one who came and joined is Droopy. Hi, I'm going to help Pete and stuff to be a wizard and a witch and stuff. I'm another classmate. Another one is gonna come is a leprechaun. Wait a minute, what happened to the pumpkin? We don't have any pumpkin puppets. Oh, you're right. So are you gonna be the replacement? Yes, I'm going to be the replacement of the original Google Doodle pumpkin. So a leprechaun is gonna help him as well. Yes, and as you already know, I'm already another classmate. Another one is Peaky. Hi, I'm Peaky, and I'm gonna help Pete to be a witch and stuff. And I'm the last classmate. But that's not all of the people who are just there, classmates. But someone else came to be like Pete's friend or stuff. One of his closest mate. Well, for the show, not for the original Prime series. He's also from Elinor Wonders. So this is Ari. He's gonna be Pete's helper and stuff. Yes, I'm gonna be Pete's helper. Imagine what we're gonna do today. So Pete, of course, when he becomes a wizard, no, not wizard. How am I keep saying this? Witch. He likes to read lots of books. But Pete is a really expert at this. And so is his classmates. One day, Ari and Pete were reading a book about how to become a wizard. Hey Ari, do you think reading is fun? Yes, Pete, I think reading is definitely fun. Especially when it comes to being a wizard, isn't it? Yeah, of course it is, Pete. But as his moment came along, suddenly, a ghost took his book. What the? Come back here. What is going on? Pete noticed that there was a ghost trying to get the book. All of his classmates, including Ari, also noticed this. Hey, look, a runaway book! Someone is being in big trouble! What is really going on here? But Pete is the only one in this class who could see that a ghost is getting it. But of course, there was a ghost getting it, and that made Pete very cross. Someone is taking my book. This could not happen again. I'm going to fight those ghosts. So without a care, Pete went and go to fight the ghost. All of his other classmates followed, including Droopy. Wait for me, Pete, I'm coming! So did Peaky. Wait for me! Mr. Frog, wait for me! And lastly, the Leprechaun. Wait for me! Now Ari was going to think about coming, but you see him later on in the chapter. So Pete went along, and then he saw the little ghost. You naughty ghosts, I'm going to kill you with something. But Pete forgot something. Pete forgot that if he had need to have special magic to defeat those ghosts. But it turns out he forgot his magic wand. So then came Mr. Frog in the scene. Hi, Mr. Frog, said Pete. Hi, Pete, said Mr. Frog. I can't defeat those ghosts now. I don't even have a wand. Well, that's why I'm here, Pete, said Mr. Frog. You can use my magic wand. Thank you. Now, you know what the magic words are. I actually don't know what your magic wand spell is. Have you ever watched Sooty? Kind of. You mean that British series? Of course. Well, I know a couple spells, but the only spell I know is Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. That's the spell. It is? Yeah. Use that spell and defeat those ghosts. But if you want to have more stuff, this thing would be helpful when you draw. So the player who's playing this game has to play draw. Okay, said Pete. So then Pete was on the double. He is ready to defeat those ghosts. So, "Aye-ya," said Pete. Rah, rah, rah. Pete has defeated the very little ghosts. But he haven't saw nothing yet. There was a big ghost. Oh boy. Wah ha ha ha, said the ghost. I'm going to defeat you, Pete. You cannot get your book back. Leave me alone and give me my book, or I'm going to kill you with my wand here, said Pete, very angrily and cross. No chance, said the ghost. So then Pete was on ready to defeat him. Roar! Roar! Roar, 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 roar. The ghost was getting a little bit tired. Then Pete said the magic words. Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy! So then the ghost exploded. Then Pete defeated the first boss. Great job, Pete, said Mr. Frog. But there's still more to come. More? Said Pete. Yes, more, said Mr. Frog. So then Pete went on. There are 5 bosses in this thing, and that was one of them. So then Pete went along. Then he saw Droopy. Hi, Pete, said Droopy. Hi, Droopy, said Pete. What are you doing? Well, of course, you should know what I'm doing, said Pete. I'm going to defeat those ghosts. Oh, yeah, I remember, said Droopy. You might need a little hand. Yeah? said Pete. Well, when your bar is so full now. But when it gets low, you can see me at the next level. And you get a 1-up for an extra life. Basically, your bar is going to be filled up. That's great, said Pete. So, whenever your bar gets low, meet me at the next level at the beginning, and I'll give you an extra life. Got it? Got it. So, Pete went again. And then he saw very much more ghosts that made him very, very cross. Roar, roar, roar. So then, Pete was ready for the next boss. But standing at the thing, it's Cookie Monster? Hi, Pete, said Cookie Monster. Hi, Cookie Monster, said Pete. Miss Cookie Monster was not paying his attention. I said, hi, Cookie Monster, said Pete again, very loudly this time. Then he waited again, but still Cookie Monster wasn't responding. Mr. Cookie Monster, what's wrong with you? Well, you know something, said Cookie Monster. I am a ghost. Puh, said Pete. You're not a ghost. You can't... But Pete was quickly interrupted. And then Cookie Monster, which turns out to be the ghost, trying to kill Pete. But then Pete said, that does it. I'm going to fight you. No messing around this time. So then Pete defeated the ghost, which turns out to be Cookie Monster. But then instead of fading away, Cookie Monster stayed how he is, but he feels a lot better now. Are you okay now, Cookie Monster? Yes, I'm definitely okay. Thanks for getting the ghost rid of me. You're welcome, said Pete. Now I'll see you later, Cookie Monster. Bye! So, Pete went along, having a good time. Then he saw the leprechaun. A leprechaun? I thought you were supposed to be the pumpkin. I'm the replacement of the pumpkin, said the leprechaun. Oh! So, what do you want, leprechaun? Well, I'm here to help you defeat those ghosts. Well, how are you gonna do that? Well, we'll see. Well, he showed Pete a way. Look at up here. What is that? Said Pete. That is an automatic button to defeat the ghosts without even drawing. Seriously? Said Pete. You're joking, aren't you? No, I am not, said the leprechaun. You think I might be joking? No, said Pete, nervously. Well, anyway, said the leprechaun, now agreeing, this button would help you. It will help you save some drawings for defeating that ghost. That's pretty great, said Pete. I'll take it. Thanks, Pete. Meet you at the thing. Bye. Bye, said Pete. So then, Pete decided that he is going to try it on the boss fight. Now he's sling and sling the sling and sling and sling the little ghosts. But then, the next boss was in for a big surprise. Just when the big ghost appeared and said, "I'm going to," but he was interrupted, and then Pete used that button, and then just defeated the ghost very quickly. "Well, that button makes my life much easier," said Pete. So then he went off. The fourth boss is coming up. Well, then Pete saw a parrot. Wait a minute, where's the owl? I'm not the owl. But owls are a type of bird, so I'm going to be a parrot for this game. "You mean you're another replacement," said Pete. "Of course I am," said Peaky. "We don't have much puppets in our scene, so we would have to use our own stuff." "How bother," said Pete. "Well, how are you going to help, Peaky?" "Well, we'll see. I'm going to give you a mystery box." "A mystery box?" "Yeah, a mystery box. In this mystery box, you get some random helpful tools that might help you defeat the ghosts." "That's great. Well, here we go." Well, we're not going to bother with that ghost thing again. So then came the boss. Then again, Pete slanged and slanged and slanged the sling and slanged the ghost, but it was very hard on him. The fourth boss was getting a little bit harder. This made Pete kind of cross still. So he just pushed that button, and then the ghost was automatically defeated. Then, it was about time, the fifth and final boss. Well, no character's gonna be here. But I can't probably do this alone. But who's gonna help me? Pete, I'm gonna help you. Really? Thanks. Really? But it's not just me that's gonna help you. Oh, really? I'm gonna help you, Pete. Great, Mr. Frog, you're helping. Well, Droopy, I'm helping, Pete. And Mr. Leprechaun? Yes, sirree, Pete, I'm helping. Well, I feel pretty great. But it's too bad Ari can't join and fight with these ghosts. Well, Pete, be happy. Well, you know, instead of having 5 players only on a team, we decided to add one more. Oh, you don't mean... Oh, yes, I do. Ari is decided to join the fight. Oh, boy. Hi, Pete. Hi, Ari. Well, I'm going to help you defeat the ghost. And we're all going to help you. Ready? Let's go. So then, the gang defeated the ghost one by one. And finally, the last defeat by Peaky. And then, all the ghosts have been dead. You did it, Pete! You defeated the final boss! Hooray! No, Pete, that's very unbelievable that you done it. That's great. Thanks for the pun, Ari. Anytime. Just leave it to me. he was a very big hero, but that was not all. He got his book back as well, and that is the end of the story. The